What's going on, guys? This is Samurai Baked Pie, and welcome to more MineZ. Now, today I'm going to be teaching you guys kind of a tutorial on how to better survive at MineZ. So, I just spawned real quickly, and then I went and logged out. But, spawned in the desert, so obviously the first thing you're going to want is to be able to use waypoints. Raise minimap is the one that most people use. It's pretty simple. If you don't know how to install mods for 1.6, then I highly suggest getting Magic Launcher. That's what I use, because I could do like 1.5 mods, and then it came to 1.6 where it all like changed, and I don't even know. So, yeah, Magic Launcher, I'll put a link in the description, and that's an easy, you just get Raise Minimap, you download it, and drag and drop it in Magic Launcher, and you automatically get it. The waypoints can also be found on the MineZ website, so that's another big thing. Now, because I've just spawned, the real simple thing to start teaching you guys is inventory management. Low levels, obviously, it's important to know where everything goes. So I have bandages, I have a sword, I got my antibiotics and a water bottle, and obviously I had an ender pearl, but I really have no need for that right now. Obviously, conserving your sword does much better if you spam click. You lose a lot more durability than if you were to just occasionally hit. So then obviously you can combine armor. I hope everyone knows how to do that to get better durability stuff. But then again, so after a while of just looting stuff, you're going to have a full inventory and it's going to be full of stuff. And then the question is, well, how do you debate what to keep and what not to keep, where to put stuff and where not to put stuff? And then how do you set up your bars if there's going to be a team fight? How do you not set up your bars if there's about to be a team fight? And then why I just did this instead of combining those two. Well, there's only 7 durability left on this, and again, you can enable durability by holding F3 and hitting H, and then again to toggle it off. And it's better just to save the 7 durability and put it together and gain an extra 30 as opposed to 23 is what I would get. Wooden swords go extremely quick, as well as stone swords, so trying not to get attacked by zombies early game is really, really helpful. And it just, yeah, if you don't get attacked by zombies early game, you have, which I'm getting really lucky so far, I've only ran into one, but it's much better. And then again, for the waypoints, there's my, as spoke too soon. Waypoints, I have all my wasted ones first, then I have all my MineZ ones, and it's just drag and drop off of the map, and you can just download them. Go ahead and do Grimdale, since I know it's right there somewhere. I'm at the far one. Again, so just knowing where the starter towns are really helps out. Portsmouth, Romero, the one that starts with a G, Guanton, G-U, or G-E-U-T something, and Grimdale. Then there's the Crossroads, as I call it, but it's up this way. I'll show you. It breaks off to go to Yompton. And then there's the one in the swamp, but I don't really like the west side of the map too much until we go up to north to Cromier and stuff like that. But anyways, so knowing where the starter city helps, because if you're running around on the road and or you spawn in a forest and you don't know where anything is, you don't know where you spawn for that matter, because if you're not premium, then you can't choose your spawn. So I actually got really lucky with the desert. I like the desert. Most people like the grass, some people like desert, some people like the swamp because there's not as many people because no one likes it. But then obviously avoiding people helps low level as well. Or that guy didn't do it, but most people get all scared and they'll block and they'll kind of dodge around you like that. I just walk out of the way, and if they come towards you, just wave your sword a couple of times. They'll run away unless they feel aggressive. Then if you're gonna go banditing, which I do a lot of the time, but most of the time I don't. Well, no, I lied. I most of the time I'm never nice. You can always use, if you have shears, you can hit someone with the shears, or you can pull out paper, pretend like you're gonna heal them, hit them with shears, be like, oops, wrong one, see how much life they have. If they're really low, then you can kill them, like with a simple jump crit. Water bottles, I would always recommend having at least 2, because you never know when you're going to be like, oh crud, I'm down to 5, and I only got 1 bottle left. Oh gosh, what do? I drink, and then I'm in the middle of the snow biome, and there's no water till Palstar. Oh snaps. So I recommend having 2. And Again, knowing where the chests are helps a lot. If you look at the map, which again I'm putting the link in the description, it really helps you out because you can see where the chests are, what tier, and this is what I call the crossroads because that way is Yonton, that way is Grimdale, that way is everything else, and there's way too many people right there for me to mess with. But anyways, and then communication is key as well. If you have a lot of friends, then obviously you're going to want to play with them using Skype or something. I mean, that helps quite a bit. If you don't and you're typing, it's just at player name and message. So I could just do, and then it's gonna whisper. Just do the at symbol name message. But then, right, so inventory management helps a lot too. You have to know what you're doing. So if you're by yourself and you have a healing kit, which a healing kit is paper, some combination of dyes and shear, or just paper and shears. If you're by yourself, you obviously aren't going to have much use for that unless you're trying to go around and heal other people. If I play by myself, I tend not to use the healing kit, and I tend to go more bandity to get more stuff. I will occasionally heal people, though, just to get a green name and then start killing people from a green name. People don't expect that a lot of the time, but you just have to know. Like, now I have a stone sword, so where do I place it? This low, I really don't have too much stuff, and I can put it on my bar, so if there's a zombie, I'll whack it with my wood sword. If there's too many, then I'll use a stone. You just basically need to know when and where you need to place something. For example, if there's a large group of zombies and a player, like kind of right here, like this isn't a large group of zombies, but I may hit one of those guys. I don't think I will, but if I were to hit one of those guys, if I were to use my stone sword and waste, well, let's say get it down to 50 or so, that's 15 less durability. It's gonna last. The point is, if you're fighting zombies and you get attacked, then you're using the wood sword, so it attacks you. Then you pull out the stone sword and you start whacking them with the stone sword, because obviously the attack damage is it does an extra half a heart. You want to, even if you're only at like 17 water or anything, anytime you see water and you're like, even 17 sometimes is what I do, but most of the time I won't go below 16. You want to refill, because you never know when you're just going to run out and not have any sources. And then if you noticed, I haven't really been sticking to the path. A lot of times the path will get you killed because that's where you run into players. However, it is, again, a good general guideline to follow. Sticks along the south towns pretty easily. If you find the road and follow it left or right, you will eventually run into some town. Again, sometimes... No, lovely, there's PvP here. Grimdale used to be a peaceful town, but looks like it's just gonna be Joe the Awesome killing people here, so I'll find some food and I'll kill him. In regards to food, if you're low on, you kind of want to let your food bar go down, even if you have food, because, well, unless you're up north and you want to get into a player fight, in which case you keep it up. But yeah, this guy's probably gonna end up killing me. He looks like he has some iron or something. I'm not quite sure. Ooh, I don't know why I just rented there. But, right, so, if I had like 4 apples right now, I wouldn't be, well, I would eat an apple, but if I had cookies right now, I would eat the 2 cookies. The reason most players prefer cookies to bread is, although bread stacks more, well, it doesn't stack more, but when you stack it and you have a full stack of bread and then you have a full stack of cookies, the cookies end up giving you 4 saturation because they do half a heart each. The bread does something like 7.5. I'm not quite sure, but the bread does more. But the 8 cookies is 4 hearts. The bread is 1.5 hearts. So that's knowing when to use the right food and when not to. For cocoa beans, I won't carry more than a stack unless I'm trying to get a lot of cookies and stuff. Cocoa beans are very common in chests, and they get quite annoying, trust me. But yeah, I wouldn't carry more than a stack at once. Like right now, I'm done with cocoa beans until I can find some more wheat. Or if you want to be like really OCD, then carry 4, even though it stacks 3, just so you can have 2 sets of cookies made. Let's see if the chest. Oh yeah, it is. All right, there we go. 2 water bottles. That's good. I like to carry 3, but most people recommend 2. I just like 3 because of the inventory management. And then milk is always good to have. Or antidote, excuse me. I always carry 1 in case, like, if you're with friends and it's an easy toss in your shears and paper and call it good. But if you're by yourself and you get poisoned, well, you're screwed. If you're bleeding, you can just bandage. But if you're by yourself from poison, then you got to be sprinting around a lot to eat tons and tons of food to keep up with that poison. So again, by yourself and with players is a very different scenario on how you want to set everything up. Because like the healing kit, and then especially if you're about to start a fight, how do you want to set your bar up? Are you going to be doing heals during combat? Are you by yourself? If you're by yourself, you obviously want your strongest weapon and your bow, and then you're going to want your 1 food in case your bar goes down, or you're going to want a bandage for sure in case you start bleeding, especially for solo. I wouldn't really worry about having the antidote on your bar, but I would occasionally have it on your bar, because if you're by yourself again, then if you get poisoned during a fight, that's going to suck. But if you're with other people, then, you know, the antidote can be cured with the green dye, I believe. And there's really no point in having it as long as you know you're going to be with someone for a very long time. Now, I throw out snowballs because snowballs are quite annoying to me. They distract zombies, obviously, and it helps a little bit early game, but a snowball's not really going to do anything if a player's coming at you. And again, zombies for me are pretty easy to kill. Once I get like chain, I don't even worry about them anymore. Again, I forget apples don't stack. Cocoa beans, 3 or 4 depending on, and then antidote, I don't really need that. I mean, you could pick it up like right now because I have so much space, but there's no point for me right now. Again, and then you also need to know where the healing potions are, because healing potions are a big part of the game, obviously, and they're the most misused item in the game, besides probably someone's leather chestplate, because those just get torn up every day. But the point is, people abuse potions. What they'll do is they'll run into Grimdale Church, or they'll run into any other church, and they'll just instantly just get the potions. Churches are where potions spawn, or I think there's a hospital somewhere, I forget though. It's towards the east. But the point is, people will just, if they're down like where I am right now, they'll just pot. And that's a good job if you have a pot. If I get a pot, I'll use it as soon as I get it. If I was down 2 hearts though, and I used a pot, that's just a waste. Okay, I don't really need that. And the helmet's, no, I need that helmet though. Because if I was only down 2.5 hearts, maybe 3, I know by the time I get going from this town that I will have healed up by eating food, because I'm walking around. If you're jumping, it's especially a good way to get down your food. So if you're really low on life and you have like a ton of food and you have no other way to heal, then jumping up and down is the way to go. Because then you obviously heal half a heart. But if you have something like apples or bread, then it sucks because, oh yeah, I'm getting bandited already. So, again, 1 hit and I die, which is most likely going to happen. Not sure if he's still chasing me or not. Yeah, he is. Go ahead and give myself this last bandage, just because it's not going to do me any good if I just get one hit killed. So obviously I want to face the door. I want that chest plate, unfortunately. I don't want to open my inventory right now. That's not good. And I want to get my stone sword ready in case he does come up. This is a point where most players would, you would just want to switch shards. Wow, I'm playing too many Dungeon Realms. Switch servers, because this is US, I think I logged on to US 1, and there's a lot of people, and most banditry obviously happens on it. And there's really no point in me just staying up here if he's not following me anymore, because the chest isn't going to respawn if I'm next to it or anywhere near it. Again, I have no paper and I have no other way to heal myself besides jumping up and down. And there's that guy who hit me earlier, so I'm just going to... And I suck at aiming right now for some reason. And there's two guys fighting over there, so I gotta... Now he's got the... Gotta try... Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff right here. Yeah, see. I get distracted by shiny objects. But, the point is, when that happens... You really, there's no way to this low level to really combat that. I mean, I stayed up there, but eventually two people came up. The other guy killed one of them. I probably would have got the other guy by myself with the bow. I'm right near Portsmouth, or am I near Romero? I'm near Portsmouth, I think. Yeah, Portsmouth. But I mean, I did what I could have done. That sometimes you just get in situations like that where you're just going to die. You have to see what you have. You have to know what you have. You have to know what you can do. And you just have to hope that you have your bar set up correctly. Like that time I did for the situation I was in. I didn't have my bow off and my inventory up here for some reason. I've seen people do that. Don't laugh at me. I have seen people do that. But I mean, it's just sometimes people are gonna kill you, and you gotta live with it. Kind of like I got really salty after last night I got killed, but this might be Carmi, actually. Yeah, this is Carmi. I don't know why I said Portsmouth. But yeah, you're gonna get killed. You're not gonna get to iron armor every time. Most of the time, you don't even leave the spawn area because people just randomly kill people there. It's quite fun. And, I mean, it just happens. So you gotta learn from what you did wrong, set up your bar correctly, and do stuff like that. So, then there's tons of other things I can talk about, but I will make more videos later so this doesn't get too drawn out. I'll have a bunch of smaller videos, hopefully. But if you guys have any more questions about inventory management, please do let me know. Obviously, I didn't really get into too much north stuff. This was more focused on south. Eventually, probably this life when I get up there, or the next life, depending on when I die. When I get up north, I'll probably go to Chromier and show you guys how to do the north inventory. But for now, this will just be on the south inventory. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me some questions, some comments, something like that. And I'll get going on more tutorials from MineZ. So, catch you guys next time.